Hello everybody, this is Cornholio. I need to make a little pre-video video. The video that I made for my Kimber 1911 and the Fobus holsters for the rails, I didn't turn on my extra lighting in here. And my overhead boom camera needs a little more light for it to operate. It's a little grainy if you don't have the proper lighting. The camera that's shooting me is, you're gonna hear the video, it's my new A6400 with the Sony 18x105 OSS G lens. It's very, very fantastic with autofocus, and it's a 4S stop. But for my overhead, I have a little Sony Handycam, and it works great. I've used this thing on numerous videos in the past outside in good lighting. In low lighting, like in this house here, I'm renting this house. I'm a travel nurse. So it wasn't enough light. I didn't realize that. I shot a 19-minute video, cutaways to the overhead camera showing items, and it looks a little grainy. I apologize for that. I just wanted to give you guys a little pre-up that some of the overhead video might be a little grainy. And I also want to test and see how my external lights here are working on me. They're cheap Amazon lights. They seem to do okay, but they flicker on the lowest and medium settings. If you go to all the way to the high setting, they don't flicker, but that's just too much light. It's too bright. So this is also a test to see if you can see the lights flickering on my face right now or in the video. And okay, we'll get to it. Hello folks, good evening. It is Cornholio, your favorite YouTuber. I have something I want to show you today. We have with us today a couple of items here from Fobus. You all know Fobus is Israeli. How many of y'all have seen one of these before, okay? Fobus paddle holster for your magazines. All right, this one here is for 1911s. I've got a 10 millimeter here. I have with me today, clear some stuff out of the way. This is my favorite Kimber 10 millimeter. It is a Custom II. Picked it up not too long ago. Let's first safety check this gun. You guys see that gun is clear, okay? Empty. I also have another gun I'll show you a few things about. This is my Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0, 9 millimeter. He's also clear. All right, so now, how many of you have bought 1911s and you want to put a light rail on them, okay? Most of y'all know my favorite lights are going to be the Olight Baldr here. It is a 600 lumen light. Woo, it's bright. All right, you can also put it on light only, or turn your switch, and put it on a green laser, okay? Works fantastic. I love these, all right? So, I wanted to put one on my 1911. No rail. What do I do? There's a lot of different options out there. There is one company that makes a little clamp on right here that hooks on to your trigger guard, and it might work on a 911 or 380 or something if you have a 1911 like that, but I put it on this big 10 millimeter, and after the first 8-9 shots, that whole rail slid down, kind of marred up my front of my frame. So I had to come up with something different, and Fobus makes a rail system. It's a grip rail. This whole piece right here, I'm showing you the camera, this whole piece right here clamps on, all right? So let's hold it up here. You'll notice the grip screws, all right? You just take your grips off of your gun, put these two pieces on, one on the left side, one on the right side, put your grip screws back in, and there is a nut and screw right here and another nut and screw right here. Tighten that up, and you might want to, I don't really know if you'd want to use Loctite on these or not, because they're very tiny, but check them every once in a while, first, especially up front, to make sure that they're still staying in place. But you put those on and you have a very nice rail here that you can put a light on, okay? And that's all fine and dandy as well. I will say, most of you know Olights. You know that when they go for a gun rail, they're going to have two little bitty bars that come in here to fit into the Picatinny rail. Glock will have a GL on it. and they only fit on Glock guns. They're a little smaller. The one that says 1913 on it goes on your pick rail. So you need to take these tool screws out and put the proper one in here. This is the pick rail, 1913. So I'll put that one on here. You pop it in there. Oops, sorry, hit the wrong button. And slap it into place. Now you have a nice light on your gun. And it works fine on either side. I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, it looks cool. It comes with two different sets of grips. This is the, I don't know if it's desert tan or olive, I think it's desert tan. And they also have black ones, okay? Now, this setup is a CC3P. That's your part number to look it up to get this particular grip rail system for your gun, okay? And what about a holster? Ha ha ha, they got you covered with two options. First, we have an HC11, okay? The HC11 actually has a trigger on it here, release mechanism, a locking mechanism, and that, so it's kind of like the Black Hawk Serpas that a lot of people either love them or you hate them, okay? They work, all right? Take your gun, slam it home, all right? It's in there. To get it out, you do have to press the button, and it keeps your finger down the side of the gun. So when you press your button and snatch it out, aha, but look what happened. The light came on. That's known to happen. Reason that's happening, I'm going to show you here another camera. These clamps on the side are rubbery, and until you break them in good, that can happen with this particular light. Sometimes I pull the gun out of the holster and the lights come on. Sometimes I pull it out and don't come on, all right? And about this nice HC11, it's ambidextrous. You can take from the inside, you can pop this locking mechanism out, and there's a spot on the other side, if you can see in there right here. You can put that on the other side and flop it around. Put an Allen key through here, take the screw off, and this flops around to the other side, so it works for left-handers as well, all right? They got you covered on that. Oh, and they also do have a different size, different style of rail and grip. I believe, I'll get that number written down. That is the CC3HB. It's another grip just like this with a rail, but it doesn't have removable grips. It has a little checkering and grooves on it. Looks to me like it'd be a little rougher, but you might like that if you have sweaty hands. But I have to note that they say that that other grip rail will not fit in this particular holster, the HC11. Never you mind. We have yet another holster. This is the EMC, and it's made also by Fobus. And if you'll notice, it has a thumb release on it. It still kind of flexes out. You can see it now the camera better. It flexes out like such. And you thumb safety it over and snap it. When you go to grab your gun, thumb safety it off like a lot of your leather holsters. This one's pretty cool. You can either stick it up in here like this and snap it in. Oh, that hit my light. That's the first time that's happened. Oh, I know why. It just pressed it on. You got to really get the gun up in there, because up in there, there's a little rubbery thing right here that your barrel goes in. So you can put it in like this as well. And this is brand new. They're not broke in yet. It's not in there. Yeah, it is too. Why is it turning my light on? It didn't do that a while ago when I was testing it. Maybe I put the light rail on. Oh, I know what I did. I got it moved back too far. Yeah, if you didn't know about these Olights, so they are adjustable. Adjusted back too far. Okay. That's why. Ta-da! There we go. And you see it leaves you room in there. If you adjust this thing right, you have room in there for it. All right, so fits in there perfectly. Now, this is pretty easy to get out. When you go to grab the gun, it's not a thumb. I said thumb, it's not a thumb. You could reach over and break it with your thumb if you'd like. But when you grab it like this, your finger, pop that, it comes right out. Doesn't actuate your light. It's really a neat system. I like this one much better than the other one. You just got to get it broken in. Yeah, I forgot. I moved that. Huh, that's pretty nifty. Learn something new every day, even on making a video. All right, so these are paddle holsters. They fit 1.5 inch belts. You can slide them right in there, and they hold in good, and they're pretty sturdy. Now this one right here holds the gun really, really good and really sturdy with this finger brake, I should say. And it also, when your light's adjusted right, it protects it from accidental actuation. So I like this. It's sturdy. I mean, that gun's in there, and I guess Clint would probably like it because you're not going to get a pebble in here and get this one stuck like on some of the other Serpas that he so hates. All right, one more type, and this is made by Cytac. I also have my my Smith & Wesson MP 2.0, and take the light off of it. You have a good little holster here for that. Okay, it's pretty opened up in there. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing if a pebble or rock, I guess if you're rolling around in a rock pit or a sand pit, there's always a chance you get a rock or pebble in here that might catch these holsters in here, okay? That would do that with any full Kydex holster. The only thing that it wouldn't really affect is if you had a leather holster or if you had a hybrid with part leather, part Kydex. That'd probably be a good thing. But I like this, and people don't like the Serpas for a lot of reasons, but it trains you. All right, to draw this gun, your finger's got to be pointing down the side. That's safe, all right? Your finger's not in here, it's not down here, it's not around, it's right here where it's supposed to be. So, drawing from these Serpa type holsters trains you to keep your trigger finger out of the trigger well and off of the trigger when you draw. It takes practice with any holster, any setup to get good with it. But for those who are just saying, well, we don't like Serpas because one particular very, very well-trained and famous person kicked people off of his TR, you know what I'm talking about, because he didn't like the Serpa. And there's a video going around on all the social medias where this guy's out there in some 1970s running pants, and he's got a holster on the running pants, and he can't draw from it. And the person running the course blames it on this holster. I think he throws it on the ground and stomps it or something like that. All right, wear the right clothes, folks. I mean, come on. How stupid do you have to be to go to a shooting range wearing a holster in a running jumpsuit? You know, nylon, flimsy gym pants, okay? Might as well have been out there in a pair of whitey-tighty underwears with his holster stuck in his underwear. That's about how secure that's gonna hold a holster around your waist, okay? So let's not be stupid, all right? And I hate calling people stupid, but dang, that's just stupid, okay? No other word to describe it. All right, so the Serpa type holsters, other than getting a pebble stuck in here and you can't draw your gun out of the holster, okay, I'll give you that. All right, but where's my finger? It's right where it freaking needs to be. Safe. All right, that's why I like the Serpas. I've been using them since they first come out with them. I've never had any problems with them. I've used Serpas for a long time. I do have yet another holster for the 2.0 with the light, and I showed you all these guns are all cleared. And I put him on that one, I did. Put my Olight on there. It's inside the waistband. This one is made from a guy in Florida. He doesn't brand it. Oh, that's pretty cool. MIE Productions, I do believe, makes them, Works makes them, and there's another one listed on the Olight site that makes Kydex holsters for guns, popular guns with these new lights. Now you have a PL Mini, you have a PL Mini 2, which this one is made off of, but this is a Baldr Mini, which has the laser in it. It's a little different size. So if you have a really, really tight fitting holster and you had the PL Mini Valkyrie 2, you can't put this Baldr on there and think it'll fit in your holster. You might get one to work. You might take a little torch, heat things up, span things out. We've probably all done that a time or two. But this is a perfect little inside the waistband, and it holds this full size. This is a 4.25 inch barrel. This ain't the compacts. It's not the 5-inch barrel, but this is the full size M&P 2.0 in 9mm, all right? Pops out, tucks in real good. You see how the belt goes through here? How close this is? You got enough room to grab it. Tucks down there kind of low, so some of us got a little bit left over from Christmas. It's not gonna bother you. I carry this thing all the time, full size. I have other holsters for all these guns. Anyway, that's just a little bit of what I wanted to show you today. Some of y'all might see my Olight collection here. I got a ton of them over there and back home in the truck. God, I've got 30 of these things. They're addictive, folks. If you're gonna buy Olights, I'm gonna tell you, they're addictive. But that's it. Some of my favorite stuff. My favorite gun here, one of my favorite guns. I've shot 1911s for decades. I love 1911s. This is a solid steel gun. Pop that finger, snap out. Solid steel. No aluminum in this thing. At least I don't think it is. And it's freaking heavy. It's like 40 something ounces. 10 millimeter, 9 rounds, one in the chamber. If you use Wilson Combat or some other quality Chip McCormick, Ed Brown. I hate to say it, Kimber magazines. I don't keep them. Or the range magazines. But I would never carry this gun with a Kimber magazine in it. I'm sorry, Kimber. You've been doing this for 30 something years. Fix your freaking magazines. Stovepipe, stovepipe, stovepipe. Wilson Combat mag in here. Runs like butter, okay? That's just the way it is, folks. Ed Browns are good. I haven't had Ed Brown in a long time. I had a 1911 back in the early 2000s, and I had a couple of Ed Brown magazines and sold the gun and let those mags go with them. I don't do that anymore. I sell guns, I let one mag go with it. I don't give them a whole bunch. Sorry, just don't do it. Keep them, hard to find sometimes. But Wilson Combat magazines, and I've got quite a few of them. I've never had a problem with one. I've never, and I promise you this, I have never, in all my decades of shooting 1911s, in as many thousands upon thousands of rounds that I've shot through these guns, I've never had a failure with a Wilson Combat magazine. Never. And I guarantee you, I shoot some rounds. Y'all seen in my videos, you know that. Ain't nothing for me to drop 1,000 rounds at the range. Not doing that so much today because of the situation with ammo, but you want good magazines, Wilson Combat's my first one. All right, I guess that's about it, folks. I just wanted to show you some things here. I'm hoping the lighting's working on here. I'm hoping the voice and the recording's all working here. I got my new Sony camera there. It's the A6400. I've got the Rode Wireless Go system with a lav mic here. I love this setup, and this lens that I'm shooting right now is the 18 by 105 G lens, steady shot, all that good stuff in it. It's a fantastic lens, way better than the kit lens. Well, the kit lens is okay, but this thing is, yeah, I'd probably want to say it's probably 40–50% better, maybe 30, who knows. Well worth the money I spent on it. Got a very good deal on it. I don't know what else to talk about, folks. It's been fun. Hope y'all enjoy this video. Hope you got something out of it. Maybe you can look up some of these things. If you have a big 1911, you want to put a light on it, you can get you a Fobus rail. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people, it seems to be the hate or love Fobus. I don't know why. Israeli use these, the Mossad all use these things. They're fantastic. I do particularly like this EMC holster here better than I do the HC11 because, well, this is harder to get into. It ain't broken yet, and I'm having trouble with it actuating my lights. And I don't want my light coming on every time I draw the weapon. All right. Some cases you don't care. If it's saving your life in a split moment second, I don't give a damn if the light comes on. Matter of fact, that's one less thing I got to do. But sometimes you have to draw your gun, you don't want people to know, and you don't want your light coming on. So this one will work for that, and it uses, this EMC will work with both of the different rails I have. Different grips, both of them are rails, different grips, it works with both of them. You might have to wait a month or so for this to come, because I haven't found this one for a 1911. They make them for other guns too, but I haven't found one on Amazon or eBay in the United States. So when I ordered this thing, I had to have it shipped from Israel. It said anywhere from the 5th to the 25th, I think it was, I could expect delivery. It came today the 15th. So right dead in the middle of the time window that they gave me. Good quality stuff. I've had Fobus for years, never had a problem with them. All right, guys, again, thank you so much. This is Cornholio. Thank you for watching. As always, stay safe out there. Be careful, be prepared. Always look over your shoulder. God bless America.